Hi friends, I'm kovshik from SMK Sultan Ismail. Today we're going to talk about satellites. A satellite is an object that has been intentionally placed into orbit. Soviet Union launched the world's first artificial satellite, Sputnik 1, on 1957. Since then, about 8,900 satellites from more than 40 countries have been launched. Satellites are used for many purposes. They can make star maps and maps of planetary surface and also take pictures of planet they are launched into. Common types include military and civilian Earth observation satellites, communication satellites, navigation satellites, weather satellites, and space telescopes. Space stations and human spacecraft in orbit are also satellites. Satellites can operate by themselves or as a part of a larger system, a satellite formation or satellite constellation. Satellite orbits vary greatly depending on the purpose of the satellite and are classified in a number of ways. Well-known classes include low Earth orbit, polar orbit, and geostationary orbit. There are many types of satellites such as astronomical satellites, biosatellites, communication satellites, navigational satellites, killer satellites, miniaturized satellites, reconnaissance satellites, recovery satellites, tether satellites, and weather satellites. There are many advantages of satellite communication. Firstly, through satellite transmission, coverage over geographical age is quite large, mainly for sparsely populated areas. Next, high bandwidth, wireless and mobile communication independent of location. If also used in wide variety of applications such as global mobile communication, private business networks, long distance telephone transmission, weather forecasting, radio or TV signal broadcasting, gathering intelligence in military, navigation of ships and aircraft, connecting remote areas, television distribution, and many more. The laying and maintenance is easy and cheap in satellite communication. During critical condition, each Earth station may be removed relatively quickly from a location and reinstalled somewhere else. Ground station sites are easy to install and maintain, while there are also a few disadvantages such as design, development, investment, and insurance of satellite requires higher costs. The propagation delay can cause an echo over telephone connections. Next, satellites are not easy to repair and maintain. Some circumstances like weather or sunspots affect the satellite signal and cause interference and make proper operation of satellite very difficult. Lastly, it requires to be monitored and controlled on a regular period so that it remains in the orbit once it has been launched. Now, let's talk about the usage of satellite. Satellites have many usage. Firstly, satellites send television signals directly to home, but they also are the backbone of cable and network TV. Next, satellites also provide in-flight phone communications on airplanes and are often the main conduit of voice communication for rural areas and areas where phone lines are damaged after a disaster. Other than that, satellite-based navigation systems like Global Positioning System (GPS) enable anyone with a handheld receiver to determine her location within a few meters. Communication satellites have the ability to rapidly communicate between a number of widely dispersed locations. Next, satellites provide meteorologists with the ability to see weather on a global scale, allowing them to follow the effects of phenomena like volcanic eruptions and burning gas and oil fields to the development of large systems like hurricanes and El Nino. Satellites can also determine long-term patterns of rainfall, vegetation cover, and emissions of greenhouse gases. Earth observation satellites can monitor ocean and wind currents as well as the extent of forest fires, oil spills, and airborne pollution if helps to organize environmental cleanup. Now let's see my model of satellite. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you like it. Have a nice day.